Your heart is pounding. Your palms are sweating. Every sound the plane makes convinces you something is terribly wrong. But here's what nobody tells nervous flyers. The plane is almost certainly fine. The problem isn't happening outside the window. It's happening inside your skull, in a tiny structure called the amygdala. And once you understand what it's doing and why, you gain something powerful, the ability to override it. That's what this video is about.
The amygdala is a small, almond-shaped cluster of neurons deep inside your brain. It's part of what scientists call the limbic system, the ancient, emotional part of your brain that you share with every mammal on Earth. Its one job is to keep you alive. It scans everything around you, every sound, every movement, every sensation, and asks one question: is this a threat? If it decides yes, it fires an alarm signal to your body instantly. Before your conscious mind has even registered what's happening, your heart rate spikes, your breathing quickens, adrenaline floods your bloodstream, and your muscles tense. This is the fight or flight response. It was designed to save your life when a predator was attacking. It is extraordinarily good at its job. The problem is that it was designed for a world that no longer exists. Your amygdala evolved when the most dangerous things in your environment were physical threats, animals, enemies, falling from heights. It did not evolve for commercial aviation, and it cannot distinguish between a genuine threat to your life and a perfectly routine flight at 35,000 feet. When the plane hits turbulence, your amygdala doesn't think, this is a normal weather event that aircraft are specifically engineered to handle. It thinks instability, unexpected movement, possible falling, danger, and it fires.
Let's be specific about what triggers your amygdala during a flight, because understanding the exact trigger gives you power over the response. Trigger 1. Unfamiliar sounds. The amygdala is wired to treat the unfamiliar as suspicious. When you hear the landing gear retract, the flaps change position, or the engine's throttle back on descent, your amygdala has no reference for what those sounds mean. It defaults to alarm. This is why nervous flyers often feel fine on the ground, but immediately tense the moment they hear any change in engine tone during the flight. The sound itself isn't dangerous, but your amygdala doesn't know that. Trigger 2. Loss of control. The amygdala is strongly linked to the brain's threat detection system, and one of its strongest triggers is the sense of being unable to escape or control a situation. On a plane, you can't open a window, you can't pull over, you can't leave. That helplessness activates your amygdala even when nothing is actually wrong. It's not irrational, it's ancient wiring, but it's wiring that was designed for a different world. Trigger 3. Height and movement. Your brain interprets unexpected movement, especially vertical movement, as falling. Falling, in the evolutionary context, is almost always fatal. So when the plane drops in light turbulence, your amygdala fires a falling response. Your stomach lurches, your hands grip, your body braces. The plane has moved perhaps 20 feet in a sky 35,000 feet high. You were never in any danger. But your amygdala doesn't think in feet. It thinks in survival. Trigger 4. Anticipatory anxiety. Your amygdala doesn't only respond to present threats, it responds to imagined ones. When you picture your flight days in advance, your amygdala fires as if the danger is real and immediate. This is why nervous flyers often feel their worst anxiety not during the flight itself, but in the days and hours before it. Your amygdala can't tell the difference between a memory, an imagination, and a real event. When you picture turbulence, your body responds as if turbulence is happening right now.
Here is the most important thing I want you to understand. Your amygdala is not broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do, but it is working with incomplete information, And that makes it wrong. Not occasionally wrong, consistently, predictably wrong about commercial aviation specifically. Commercial aircraft are designed, tested, and certified to withstand forces far beyond anything they will ever encounter in normal or even exceptional service. The sounds you hear are controlled, intentional, and monitored. The turbulence you feel cannot structurally damage a modern airliner. Pilots train for thousands of hours precisely for the rare scenarios your amygdala is catastrophizing about. Your amygdala is calling danger in one of the safest environments ever created by human engineering. It is wrong, and you can prove that to it, but you have to know how. The way you override the amygdala is not by suppressing your feelings. Telling yourself to calm down doesn't work. The amygdala operates faster than conscious thought. What works is engaging the prefrontal cortex, the rational, logical part of your brain, with specific, factual information that challenges the amygdala's alarm signal. In short, you replace the alarm with facts. Not reassurance, facts. Specific, technical, engineering-level facts about why the thing your amygdala is flagging as dangerous is actually safe. And repeated exposure to those facts, over time, actually rewires the amygdala's response. This is neuroplasticity. Your brain literally changes its threat classification based on evidence.
So, here is your practical takeaway from this video. Your first amygdala override tool. It's called the facts anchor. Next time you feel your anxiety spike on a plane, instead of trying to calm down, do this. Name the trigger, and then state the fact that contradicts it. Out loud if you can, or in your head. Example: you hear a loud clunk as the landing gear retracts. Your amygdala fires. Instead of, "What was that?" say, "That is the landing gear retracting. It does this on every flight. It is controlled and monitored by the flight crew." That's it. You've engaged your prefrontal cortex. You've given your amygdala a factual counter-signal. It won't stop the fear instantly, but over time, with repetition, it changes the classification. The sound stops being unknown. It becomes categorized, and categorized sounds don't trigger the same alarm response. In my book, Cobblestones in the Sky, I've included a complete facts anchor reference, a list of the most common in-flight triggers with the specific technical facts that counter each one. It's designed to be read before your flight, so the facts are already loaded into your prefrontal cortex when you need them. The link is in the description. Your amygdala is not your enemy. It has kept humans alive for hundreds of thousands of years. But on a commercial aircraft, it is working with the wrong data. Your job, and this series is designed to help you do it, is to give it better data. Fact by fact, flight by flight. Your amygdala can be re-educated. The science of neuroplasticity proves it, and every video in this series is one more piece of evidence you can give it. Next week, we're going to look at the physics of turbulence, specifically why it is physically impossible for turbulence to bring down a modern commercial aircraft. That one piece of knowledge moves more SUD scores than almost anything else I teach. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Your next flight can be different.